DC here. Hi guys and gals. Well, it's Sunday afternoon and I'm sitting on the deck and it's raining. Yeah, it's been raining part of the day, but now it's just, I'm sitting over, like, you know, when there's just a little wind and you just kind of sit up to the level. Well, I'm okay. If I was sitting just a little bit over there, I'd be getting sprinkled on. But I think you can hear the rain. So yeah. Oh, we had the grandkids over and they've been gone now for a while, but yeah, it's always, you know, I was gonna say busy time when they're there. Yeah, I didn't actually make videos. I took a few pictures and stuff, but yeah, every now and then, you know, I do take some pictures, but there are videos, but they're more kind of like, for me, I guess, sometimes when they're just fooling around or just, you know, being cute. I suppose I could put some sometimes, but I don't think it really interests everybody all that much. I mean, I can see that, like, when you're at work, there's some people, you know, that are always showing off pictures of their kids or grandkids. And I'm saying, I'm looking at the other people and they're just kind of like, okay, yeah, of course it's the cutest baby in the world, or of course it's a beautiful. I'm thinking, like, okay, I guess it's probably the same with people on YouTube. You know, you don't have to show them off all the time. I guess every now and then it's fun. Yeah. Oh, I bought something. I think I mentioned it the other day, but I bought like a gimbal, and you know, so these things that rotate on different axes depending on how you're holding either your smartphone or your camera. And I'm sorry about that. I should have put my hand like that, being impolite towards you. But you know, we're together a few times a week, aren't we? Whoever's there. No, but I'm talking about the gimbal and realizing, like, many things these days, they don't actually come with manuals. I mean, well, people will say, who reads the manuals? But it's actually, over time, kind of complicated. It all depends. Like, if it's a smartphone gimbal, because I've got both. I've got a smartphone gimbal and I've got, like, for a normal camera. And of course, they're slightly different, even if they're the same company. In some cases, like on the smartphone gimbal, they're connected with the Bluetooth, and everything is really complicated. No, but not simple at the same time, because of course you've got to have it connected with Bluetooth, and of course the Bluetooth is what's organizing the motors, because it knows that the phone is on, and I mean the motors, so that they're rotating the axis and so on. So it's going to take a little bit of learning. Of course, that's what's nice with having YouTube around, isn't it? Because, you know, you just kind of like go and there's a YouTube video and you have it and you have your own tutorials and so on. Because I suppose I'd have to go online to find the manuals if needed, which I probably will, because I'll go and get the PDF manuals. But, you know, the first thing I did when I put it in is all of a sudden there's a firmware. And the firmware actually goes, like, via the Bluetooth. And I'm always thinking, like, you know, firmwares are always these type of things you know you should do, and every time you do it you're kind of a little bit worried, because if something mucks up, it can actually you know, make big time problems on your toy, if I could call it that way. I remember earlier days when you would flash what we call flash the DOS or things like that, or flash the firmware in computers. And it was basically like, you know, you should not have a power failure. You should not have anything, because you might not have a computer if it doesn't work, and so on. In the meantime, like, I flashed the firmware on my phones and so on, and on my lenses, and, you know, I've done it a lot. But still, I always feel slightly ill at ease when you're doing the firmware thing. Yeah, with the bigger gimbals, it's different, because, you know, you're not connecting it via Bluetooth. I don't think so. I don't think you're connecting it via Bluetooth to the camera. All you're doing is basically, you've got motors and so on, but it knows, it works differently. And that brings actually up to a thing I was reading, well, not reading, I saw a video from, was it Tony Norton? I think it was, one of the camera guys. And he was comparing, because I mean, he's basically always top of the art when it comes to equipment and stuff. And I always smile because, I mean, I guess we could say if you've got loads of money or loads of sponsors, you can change your camera equipment all the time. So like, you know, like one year they're going to be like all Sony, another year they're going to be all Nikon, another year they're going to be all Canon, and so on. But he was comparing smartphone cameras of, you know, like of the last generations, like let's say the iPhone 13 or the big what is it, the Pixel cameras from Google or the Samsung and so on. And he was making comparisons to really top of the line cameras. And as he was saying, you take a smartphone, there's all the electronics, there's all the clouds, there's a whole bunch of stuff behind that. There might not be the whole panoply of lenses, but the electronics are very impressive compared, you know, to sometimes what's going on with a normal, so-called normal camera. Albeit those normal cameras have a lot of electronics in it, but as he was saying, if you look at everything that your smartphone can do, why couldn't a camera person, I mean company like Canon or what, you know, put all that stuff basically into a camera? Well, they could, in a way, I suppose, but well, I don't even think it would cost that much more, because finally, I mean, the smartphone has it all and it's doing it, and I mean, this would just be basically a smart camera, I guess we could call it. Anyway, I guess one would say they already are smart, but they could be smarter. Yeah, I didn't know what I was going to go on with this vlog. I ended up talking about tech stuff, I guess. Yeah. Changed completely. Let me see, I'm about 7 minutes. I was going to say, it changed completely in that respect. I was looking at on YouTube earlier, just about half an hour ago probably. Was it the 45th? So it's already pretty late, but the 45th anniversary video of the Waltons. And the Waltons, let me see, they were, was it 1972? So yeah, I mean, you know, if you do the math, you can see that it's actually been quite a while that it's been 45. But I was looking at the people, and I mean, at the time, excuse me, at the time, some of them actually did look like brothers and sisters. But if you look at them 45 years later, they don't, some of them, especially the boys, don't look at it that much. I mean, but still, it was interesting. I hadn't seen some of them for a long time. So the little one, I was named Elizabeth. She's still the youngest, of course. And yeah, you look at her, and I mean, I would say she's still as cute. But it's interesting to see how they've aged. And I found, like, I was looking at her and saying, oh, she aged really well. I mean, others, especially with the men, didn't age so well. I won't name names, but anyway. But yeah, it's the same with us, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know. I guess, like I said, I probably thought that I was going to talk about this stuff first, then it ended up completely diverging in the camera stuff. Maybe I'll talk about it more another time. Talk about the topics. I think I will, because I'm already up to 9 minutes, and it's almost like 2 vlogs in one. Don't want to do that, do we? Okay, Sunday vlog. DC signing off. Hope you had a great time today. Take care, everybody.